So there's
Now's
nothing
not the
right
season
now.
for
No,
it,
there's
man.
no baseball.
There's
There's no football.
Nothing.
There's hockey, but I don't know. I don't even know the teams anymore. So
There's only one team you need to know. That's some sports are just like, hey, I know my team and no other team matters.
yeah,
I'll see you in the playoffs.
I guess yeah.
When the Avs get to, I'll watch the Avs game now. and
It's
then,
March Madness is going on though, right?
It's just gonna. They just set the brackets.
Okay.
So
Because sometimes I watch that. So, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
We're back.
Yeah. We are back.
Yeah.
See you rubbing your arm too. Is it giving you a little bit of a
It's
hard
always
time?
sore, man. It's always sore. Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
Just is, man.
You're still doing PT on it and stuff, yeah?
No.
No.
We talked about that twice. Yeah, I'll do
He
PT.
just said he's gonna do whatever
They told me,
life
like,
does.
do whatever they said, you need to go and you just need to use it normal. And if you pick up something that's too heavy, put it down. So, yeah, so that's what I've been doing. But I picked up a bag of cat food today and now it's sore.
I like the pictures of your cat you sent me the other day, too.
Oh, she is so fat. So,
Yeah, but was she being adorable? Because it looked like
She
she was
was.
being adorable.
yeah. No, she was just. I got home last night and like the family was out of the house and they were like, I just got mobbed by cats. I was like, "What's going on with you guys?" And it turned out their food feeder was out. So
Oh, okay.
It was fake love, huh?
it kind of was. So I had a little bit of kibble left in the bucket. So I gave him that. And then my wife, being the smart lady that she is, had ordered cat food the other day, which showed up today, and I picked it up and hurt my arm. So this has got a nice narrative to it.
That's interesting. Why would you go for the bag of cat food with your weak arm? Just like
I didn't mean to.
Okay.
So I usually pick up things with my strong arm and use my weak arm to hold it. So it's kind of like steady it. But just the way the place where the dude put it on my porch, I couldn't do that.
All right.
So because he put it behind my door, which when I was opening, I couldn't open. So because that was there, so I had to reach around the door to grab it. So yeah.
All right.
Is it like a shooting pain?
No, it's just like danger, 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 danger. Put it down. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's like a rod that's like tension. Like
Very much so. Yeah. Well, it's literally a wire. So yes.
okay.
Yes, it's literally a wire attached to tissue, so and bone on one end. So
And I presume that wire is going to be there indefinitely.
it's permanent. Yeah, it will be cremated with me.
What's that?
Are you able to get an MRI?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's not metal.
It's not metal.
No,
Okay.
so it's some kind
Polymer or
of
something.
something. Yeah,
Interesting.
Plastic.
it's dental floss, which is unbreakable.
Well, I'm watching a new medical show, so
What?
I'm watching The Resident.
That's not the show with the fucking autistic guy, is it?
Oh, I think it is.
No.
Okay.
No.
The young kid.
Um.
He's almost like Doogie Howser version 2.
No.
Okay,
No.
alright.
This is it's a lot more drama. It's got Admiral Pike from the new Star Trek.
Well, I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the old doc there, and he's having like
He's not old.
he is in the show.
Oh, okay.
He's been there for a while, but he's getting like hand trimmers, and so like he like sliced one person up, and they like all just lied and said that the person has like a heart condition, and like
Yay,
so
medical
that-
malpractice.
Oh man.
and so it's just all this kind of medical stuff. So it's kind of not quite House where they have just one case, but they have like lots of cases going on, but they have like some way more drama interwoven through everything.
Man, that's fucked up because, like, all right, so imagine that's your relative, right? That got all fucked up, and you can't sue because all the other people were like they have a heart condition.
Yeah.
But the homeboy's hand was just shaking like crazy.
Yeah, he totally slipped and like jerked and like sliced something major. Blood was going everywhere. And it's just
It
like,
really pisses me off.
and I'm like, does this happen? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? and like, and so it's going through like, so it's also got like the billing structure of it, and so like the person, so there's like a person that's
let me
coming
guess,
in.
the insurance company is evil.
Well, they haven't said the insurance company, but in
The
a way,
hospital
the
administrators,
hospital.
they're much less twirling like
They're
villains,
like,
yeah.
well, we can order extra tests, or we can call this a code 4 instead of a code 2, and then we can charge this for this.
I'm sorry,
and
that's
all these kind of
hilariously
things.
predictable.
So
Well,
it's just, and then the doctors that are just doing the grunt work are all pissed that we're.
No, they're all heroes.
Yeah. I don't care what this costs. We're gonna do. You can't kick this patient out. I don't care if it costs the hospital $2 million.
I don't care if she's 92 years old. She might live to be 93.
So,
Damn it, Jim.
yeah.
painted her finest paintings at 93.
Exactly.
So I'm either going between that or the blacklist.
I don't know what that is either.
That's been around for a
That was a
while.
long-
What's the blacklist?
It's with James Spader.
Yeah.
Doing what?
He's a spy dude.
He's been off the grid for 20 years, running like backdoor negotiations between all like the worst criminals in the world, and now he's deciding to come over and help catch all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I watched a few of those.
They both are pretty good, but I just switched to the Resident, so now I'm kind of a little bit hooked into that one. So
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I found shows,
I guess you did, man.
You'll find TV.
and they're like 6-7 seasons. So
Oh, there you go.
Oh, the investment.
Oh, I know, man. It's such a time sink now. So I try to get back into Vikings. I can't do it.
ooh.
It's too many.
The show Vikings?
The show Vikings. So I went back on the Amazon and looked at it. I hate the ads. Like, I really hate the ads.
They're not that long. They're not even as long as real commercials
They're
from when we
unacceptable.
were.
The
Yeah.
worst part about it is it tells you how many of them you got to watch.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
So it tells
It's
you got
like-
30 seconds. Go take a piss.
I pee when I want to
Yeah,
pee.
exactly.
That's
I'll
what
pee
the
when I
pause
have
button is
to.
for.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
This is just back in the old days. This is how it was.
yeah.
Right. We used to own people as property, William.
Yes.
Come on.
4 HMOs, man.
That's ridiculous.
We've evolved, man. We've evolved for a reason. Man, don't even say that shit because, like, okay, at the tail end of when we were born, there were still people whose remote was attached to their television
one
with
of
a
those.
wire.
We had one of those. Actually, ours was our VCR. It was tethered.
There you go.
Yeah.
You ain't going back to that.
Ain't going back to that. Although I do have a tethered controller. I just bought a new one.
It's different.
It's different. That's more important. Performance is way more important.
Performance is important, and also the thing is, I'm not going to be that far away from the thing. I'm just
No.
not, and I don't want to recharge batteries. I don't want to. I just don't want to do it.
Yep. Nope.
I have a whole slew of rechargeable batteries.
I do too now.
What, rechargeable batteries? Oh,
Just
really?
for controllers.
Oh.
You have so many kids. And
Well, yeah.
I mean,
yeah. We have
it's a permanent station with you.
10 Xbox controllers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. That kind of makes sense. Then.
Yeah.
We had rechargeable batteries when I was a kid. So my parents thought this was a great investment, like encyclopedias. And
It
stuff.
is a great investment at my house.
Yeah. I don't think ours was really.
No. Lithium-ion rechargeable batteries are. Nickel-cadmium rechargeable batteries were dog shit.
I think that's what we had. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, literally, you'd put them in a flashlight and you started, you'd watch them die. So, yeah.
Like, you'd put them into your Walkman, and
The
songs would
they would be playing slowly, like, very quickly.
Yeah.
Too quickly for at the beginning, normal for about 15 minutes, and then too slowly until they died. Yeah.
I had a Walkman. Yeah.
I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
I had two. I broke the first one.
I had a Discman.
I had a
as well.
Discman.
Yep. I had a.
I think I still have my Discman.
Mine did not survive an automobile accident.
Oh, that's correct.
It
Yeah,
did
I
not
do,
survive the
yeah.
roller because my Discman was my CD player
nice.
for my car.
Mm.
You put the little tape player with a wire in the cassette deck.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
My wife had one of those. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
totally did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
We don't we don't go back. We're not
Yeah,
we're not
we're not
doing
going
that
back to
shit.
that.
Yeah.
I get my radio from space now.
Right. So when you're
I do
asking,
too,
well,
yeah.
number one, can we go back to commercials? It's tough. Number two, can we get back to just not peeing when we want to pee? No, that's
But I still watch sports live.
Oh, okay.
And
It's-
so you still get commercials. It's just a part of
Yeah, but
Life
you feel
still.
like you're watching a game. It doesn't tell you 4 commercials left. You know, I don't know why I find that so annoying. I just really do.
it's insulting. You know why?
it kind of is.
Because it wasn't that way before.
I don't
right.
know.
That's
It's
probably
kind of
'cause
like
you got
no, boy, you're gonna sit here and watch 4 ads. You know, kind of thing. It feels like an order. So
Exactly.
Whereas-
yeah.
ads are never more than like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
like
that's
it's
true.
it's always
it's still
over
like
by
2-minute
30
commercial break, man. So I don't
Really?
know. Well,
Mine
they're
are
30
only
seconds.
Well, no, it's
so,
like
yeah.
30 seconds total, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, some of them are like that.
Or maybe
The other thing that
45 is-
okay, all right. I'm going to concede that point. That's not that bad. So in terms of time, the timing of the commercials is
You're
fucking
right.
horrifying.
You're-
bad.
okay,
There
that
we go.
is-
I'm gonna transition to that argument.
That-
That sounds better.
Because it's literally like mid-sentence.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
is 100% fair.
I was
right
watching
in the middle of a battle scene. It's like really
in the middle of a battle. I was watching fucking Fiddler on the Roof. It's stopping musical numbers.
Talking about that. Yeah, that's hilarious. So,
Yes.
why were you watching
that-
that again?
Yeah, good point.
You
I
and I were talking about that.
I don't remember why I saw it on there, and it just had that bizarre mixture of Jewish and Russian
Oh,
that
okay.
have crossed my paths in recent years.
Was that on YouTube?
Nope, it was on Amazon
okay.
Prime. Yes, and it's 3 hours, and it has its own intermission, and it has their ads. So
Good lord, I didn't realize it was that long.
yeah, it took me like 4 workouts to watch it.
Wow,
Fucking movie's long. It's not great.
it's been a long time since I've seen it.
It's
I think I saw
fine.
it.
I mean, it's cute.
Yeah, no, my parents like used to like some of that
Yeah.
older stuff. Like I remember they once made me watch Doctor Zhivago, and they said this is the greatest movie ever, and I was like, I don't get it.
It's not the greatest movie.
No, it's not.
It's fine though.
It's fine. So, but I was like 9 when I watched it, so I don't remember what it's about. You know, so I can't remember what I had for dinner last night, but you know, reaching way back in the Wayback Machine. I get like this concept of like movies is like this one was boring. So it just gets a label like that, you know.
It's kind of like, so Will was describing this feelings as colors the other day.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm kind of like that when you talk about a movie. It's like, how was it? It's like,
Beige.
yeah, it felt dark purple. I don't know why, but
Very sepia.
yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes they are. Sometimes that's all you remember. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't watch any of those old stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff is not in sepia.
It's not the color tone necessarily of the movie. It's just the emotion that it.
old to me.
yeah, I've been watching a lot of old stuff lately, man. It's just, I don't know, but if you let that onto your YouTube feed, you get just hammered with it.
You do.
And so, like
If you
today,
crack open the window,
yeah,
it just like like a whole colony of bees comes inside.
yes, you get all the bugs.
Yeah.
So there's no screens on these windows. So, but I was watching like, so I got stuck on death certificate movies there for a little bit. I didn't realize there was
certificate movies?
4 of them. So
Death
know there were
certificates?
one.
no, Death Wish.
Death Wish.
Death Wish.
Charles Bronson?
Yeah, Charles.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. See, this is the place that GunTube will lead you. So,
Sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of in an abstract way. Yeah.
I don't know, man, but watching, I think it was Ernest Borgnine machine gun down this like crowd with a German like zipper gun. It was like, Yeah, I can see why you recommend this to me based upon my search history here. But I didn't get some of the other ones. Like today, I get like this 1955 beach party movie, which was like this classic drive up, kind of thing. And people surf on their hands and knees. It's fucking
Crazy.
weird.
Yeah. Did you watch the whole movie?
No, I did not,
Oh.
man. I had to I just like hit the forward skip button for a little while to see what it was like.
You're like,
And it was
when
like,
does
what
the
is
death and
this?
destruction come?
Yeah, so I was like, "Where's the crab people?" And, and then it's not. That's not it. It's about like two gangs that are in a surf competition for a girl, and it's like, wow, this is really
my
vanilla.
God.
Yeah.
I know. It's that is that same thing I talk about when people talk about musical eras and film
Right.
eras, where you say, you guys will always sit there and complain and say like, wow, movies have gone to shit nowadays. I'm like, no, you remember the good movies from when you were there. There were 150 of those Party Beach movies coming out every week,
Tons of them.
and 0 of them are memorable. They're
Yeah.
all dog shit.
No.
But you have conveniently forgotten these to say like, oh, well, these are the Everly Brothers, and they were awesome.
Yeah.
Your music is retarded. Yeah, it's the same thing. So many bad 60 movies, so many bad 70s
Well,
movies.
it's just there. Oh, yeah, the Charles Bronson era there is just absolutely horrifyingly bad. It is so depressing. So
Well, the Charles Bronson era works if you think it's funny, but there were people taking it seriously.
yeah, there are people taking that very, very seriously. So and I mean, I know where those people live. They live on GunTube.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do. And Gun Twitter, which I ran into this week.
It exists. Yes, it does.
Gun X. Sorry.
No, man, Death Wish 3 has one of my favorite scenes in all of movie history.
What's that?
Well, so Charles Bronson and his family are like eating dinner.
Oh, right.
And they hear this tinkering outside.
Right.
Right. Charles Bronson takes his napkin, wipes his lips, and then like puts it on the table and goes outside.
That's one where he's getting a little gray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are some
Ne'er-do-wells.
ne'er-do-wells, a mixture of black and white.
Right. They all dressed up like biker punks too, man. Well, they're like village people style.
It's this combination.
weird.
It's weird. It's
It's
this
weird.
combination of like village people, but they all look like they're working out, right?
Yeah.
They all look like they're wearing sweatpants and shit. And he comes outside,
shoes, yeah.
and they're ripping the car apart. And Charles Bronson comes outside and he says like, "What's wrong with the car?" And they're like, "What?" And he says, "What's wrong with the car?"
Right.
And they say like, "You got a fucking problem?" It's like, "What's it to you?" He says, "It's my car."
Right.
And then the black guy says, "You're going to die for that." And then he just blasts both of them casually.
Right. It
And goes back in for dinner.
Yeah, I remember that.
So,
There's just 2 dead bodies
Yeah,
lying in
yeah.
the
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
and he just casually, "It's my car."
Bang, bang.
And he just blows them away with that fucking terrible Magnum that he has.
Oh, that weird looking python.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he just heads back in for dinner. Like, if you took that shit seriously, right? You're like, this is the dumbest movie I've ever seen, right? Dumbest. But if you look at this as campy or like silly or like this is the Bernard Getz era, man.
Were they expecting you to take it seriously?
In some ways, yes.
Some ways, yeah.
It's bizarre, man.
I mean, this is like where crime was going like bananas.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
this was like, this is the answer to crime.
Well, and I mean, just so, Charles Bronson, he's a veteran. He protects veterans and old ladies
Right.
and little kids and stuff like that. And so it's like New America versus Old
Correct.
America.
Yes.
It's got
Yes.
a little bit of that to it. And I guess by the third, I think there's 4 of them.
There's 4.
There's 4 of them. So, and then by the 4th one, it's so over the top. I mean, the 3rd one's pretty bad too. That's the one with the machine guns.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's like this old grandpa, I think it's Ernest Borgnine, has 2 fucking machine guns in his closet. We brought those back from the war, and they just machine gun like 1,000 people. with
Yes,
them.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
What? Like regular neighborhood people?
No, there's like this gang,
gang?
Of village people.
gang.
Okay,
They're-
the
they
people
are-
you would describe. Okay.
Yeah.
They are people that would never hang out in real life.
No.
They would be opposed to each other.
well, yeah, they're just caricatures of like all the different archetypes of
No,
criminals.
they would belong to very different gangs in jail.
Absolutely, yeah, no, I get that. Although that's actually a little bit later phenomenon. But
They were just showing diversity in action.
Well, diversity again. So the first movie I don't actually think is that bad. It's a little bit more grounded. It's that's the one where the actual like the breakout sequence is him holing up in this house, right? And that one's actually pretty good. That one's actually kind of tense. It just becomes this absurdist cartoon the further on it gets. With this, it is clear. I don't want to call it racist. It's not necessarily racist, but it is clearly like a vigilante fantasy, right?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
That's
I mean, it's
all it
great in
is.
the same line. I mean, that's when all the Dirty Harry movies are coming out too, man. They're exactly the
stupid
same.
ones.
The terrible ones.
The stupid ones, just ridiculous, just absurd.
Well, I must say that I was surprised that Oppenheimer actually won the Oscars.
Did you watch that, or
We watched part of it, but
you're kidding me, really?
Oppenheimer like cleaned house. So I was pleasantly surprised that the Oscars actually chose like
I saw like almost
movie.
no press on the Oscars this year. It did not lead over to my feed, man. So I did see that Oppenheimer won like 3 or 4. So
Well, like 7.
yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, they,
Oh.
they
but
cleaned out pretty good.
some of the other ones were the back end ones where,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And that Barbie won like 1, right?
Which made me happy.
Well, it was for the song too, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Okay. Which, as I understand, it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
I
no, it
didn't
was
watch
the second song. It wasn't the horrible song. There's one that is like "I am Ken" or something.
It wasn't
That's the
that
one
one.
everybody
It was,
loves.
yeah, but that
Yeah.
one didn't win. It was the other one.
So the
It's
horrible
so
song
fucking
won.
on the nose too. I mean, it's just
Did you watch that?
no.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Song.
Oh, you've heard the song.
Yeah, I've heard it. Just like in the same way I heard that that god awful Aquafina song in the new Little Mermaid, right? I've heard it, but I wouldn't
Venus?
watch it. No, Aquafina.
Aquafina.
She's an actress.
Yeah, she was in
Oh,
Shang-Chi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw clips of that. I didn't watch the whole
She
thing.
sings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's awful.
That's right. They were all parodies. Actually, yeah.
all right.
No, but this is the same way I've heard that song. I'm like, this is so on the like. There's nothing subtle about that. What did you think? That's. I guess that's where that kind of got me. Whereas, it's so on the nose that I was like, how can anybody take this seriously as a like dramatic experience?
I have no idea.
Because this is that joke about like when the robot devil says you can't just tell people how you feel, that makes me feel angry.
Yeah.
That's this. The dude literally
It's my
doing this.
favorite episode ever.
That's probably the best one. Yeah.
I was like, you're doing this. This is the thing they told you not to do. This emphatically asked you not to do, guys. Yeah,
Well,
and
it
that's-
didn't win, so I was pleasantly surprised by how things turned out. So
The other thing I watched was I watched the new Wonka movie.
really,
What's that?
It was great.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It was surprisingly
Yeah,
great.
I've heard that it's actually
Really?
really kind of endearing.
It was
So,
exactly
yeah.
it was just so silly. It took itself seriously none of the time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a little bit of like,
and it's a prequel, right?
I kind of yes. It's in that Gene Wilder universe,
Okay.
right? And it is what happens before all that happens. And there's only one crossover song, and they kind of like put a pin on it so that you know.
Which one was it?
Pure imagination.
Oh,
It's-
nice.
But it's at the end, right? It's
Yeah, okay.
leading
It's the
into that.
transition.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in ages.
It did. That was the thing. There's none of that. Oh, no, where we're going. There's none of that.
All the crazy psychedelic.
There was that.
That's so good, actually. You know?
That's the reason I declared it as horror. Because if you look at it through that lens, it's like, all he's doing is torturing children.
Yeah.
It's like he's putting them in a place where they're going to be tempted as much as possible.
Oh,
and
it's a
torturing them for their
horrible.
outcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, with bizarre image of like caterpillars crawling on people's faces and shit. I'm like, but yeah, that's it was, like I said, it was surprisingly good.
Huh, that's good.
It demanded nothing of me. It was just fun to watch.
What was the inspiration to watch it? It just came up.
No, somebody like so I have a couple of channels with people that like react to things, and that came up, and I saw a couple of clips of this they were watching, and I stopped. I'm like, you know what? This actually looks interesting to watch. I'm gonna check this out, because normally I see that stuff with people who are watching things I've already seen. Most specifically things that are scary, because I want to see them get scared by things that I know are already going to happen.
Yeah.
But every now and then they'll come on something that looks interesting. I'll just like stop, and it's like, okay, let me go watch this.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I would not
It was
have
great.
thought you would have had that in your queue.
It just wouldn't have interested me.
Right.
Because the last time somebody took a swipe at that was Tim Burton, and he's Tim Burton.
He's Tim Burton.
He's late stage Tim Burton. He hasn't. Do you know what I'm talking?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The early years when he like still asked people like, "Is this good?"
Yeah, as opposed to just being like, I'm Tim Burton. Yeah. By its very nature that I made it, it must be good. Yeah. So,
God, has he made anything?
Oh, he's been out there like left and right, man.
Really?
So yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and like the thing about him is you can always identify his movies by smell. So you know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you can tell where it's being filmed, because like if you track Amazon and see where like boxes and boxes of male eyeliner are being shipped,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
there's a Tim Burton movie
I think he
being
just
filmed.
grinds his own coal now. Yeah. Do it like the Egyptians, man.
It's weird.
So you didn't make it out to see Dune?
I haven't.
Yeah, I'd like to go see that, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I do want to see it, but I'm also content at this point to say it's not the 80s. It's not going to be a year and 3 months before it comes out on,
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
you know.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? I feel like I'll be able to watch it like 2 months from now.
You can already get it on streaming.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to have HBO.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Or Jeff will find a loophole.
damn it.
Damn it.
No, I actually do prefer to pay for movies that
So that they keep making actually quality ones.
that's sort of the point, yes. I try to actually support the people making products with money.
Fair enough.
And especially, okay, this is the better thing, because it was, I don't know why, but there was this thing in like the maybe the mid 90s to, I don't know, 2010 maybe, where, I don't know, I'd call these like the media play eras, where it was, if I saw a movie that I liked, I'd want to go out there and buy it on VHS or DVD, right?
Oh, to put it in the collection? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
You know,
And at this point, I honestly don't believe in physical media anymore. So the cost of renting it on Vudu or Amazon or something at YouTube is like $4.95, $5.95. I'll watch it. I never watch movies twice. And if I do,
true.
it's like going to the movies twice.
Yeah.
Or if I'm really crazy, if it's like, wow, this is something I'd want to watch a third time, I'll buy said rights to continue streaming said movie.
Yeah.
But that's rare.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, I know. I just got stacks of DVDs still. So
Still
my
look.
father-in-law's got like a fucking library
Yeah,
of them.
he does,
you know,
doesn't he?
because
I've
he's
seen it, yeah.
exactly that
Wow.
way. He was like, well, you know, and when DVD came out, he had to ditch all his VHSs. And then when Blu-ray came out, he had to ditch all his DVDs. So, but it's almost like his bookshelf, man. So
Yeah,
these are all
I
his
saw
movies.
it. It
Yeah.
was like a bookshelf.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Dude, he had those Disney clamshells on there too.
He still has
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
So he still has the VHS ones.
Yeah.
So those are. I mean, it's kind of like white people lottery. So yeah.
He's way too smart to be playing that, but he's still playing it.
It's purely for sentimental value. So, he's remembering the days when he was poor and those cost like a third of his salary.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it made the kids so happy that you spooled the tape until it was clean. So,
Yeah.
So, I think I have like 2 or 3 VHSs left. So, they're just rando.
No, if I have
First
any.
thing's gone.
Well, these are all purely sentimental, man. So, like, one of them's like this movie that I loved as a kid. And then I've got like the 3 Star Wars.
Those you can actually turn around and resell right now if you wanted to.
Yeah, they're not the original ones.
They are the special editions.
They're the special editions.
Oh.
So the ones that were between them getting remastered and the originals.
Yeah, these were pre-episode 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they're before they were remastered, and so
Yes.
it's not the one where fucking like Besman is all orange.
Right.
And shit,
Right.
know. So yeah, and Bring My Shuttle is still in it. Yeah. So, but they're in the. I looked them up once, and they were actually worth a little bit of
I'm
money,
saying, yeah.
but not a lot.
Not as much as if you
God,
have the actual original VHSs. Those are the ones that people want.
I think my father-in-law has Return of the Jedi, and so, but and it's in a cardboard case. So
Yeah, and there was the ones that are really valuable was
Sleeves.
on DVD just once. There was a release of the original films, 4, 5, and 6. Those ones you got to pay like $300 a piece.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that. That was before my DVD days.
So now I will acknowledge like the transition from like VHS to DVD. That is something I could see people doing just because of the actual jump in viewing quality.
Oh, and the technology
there.
too, yeah. And I mean, you could actually skip around and stuff like that. It's broken up the chapters, yada yada. I mean, the actual improvement in just the base technology was good enough. That to Blu-ray never made sense to me, especially since I remember when Blu-rays came out and getting an actual Blu-ray player was like $1,200. So yeah,
The Xbox.
huh?
I just used the Xbox.
Did it? The original one played?
No, this one does.
Yeah.
I got the new Xbox.
Oh,
So that
okay,
it would
yeah.
play Blu-rays.
I think I actually still have a Blu-ray player.
I
So
do have one
yeah.
too.
So
I have a VHS
I don't have a
player
VHS.
too,
So
sitting in the garage. That
I don't have that. Yeah.
That one went into the rollaway.
Did you frisbee it in there, or did you put it in there gently?
I didn't frisbee it.
Okay.
I overhit it.
Okay, that's fine. This wasn't a funeral then.
No, it was a goodbye,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a like I didn't go in there and like take a leak on it.
Office
It's like,
spaced
yeah,
it.
No.
Wow. See, every time I've moved, there's like so much stuff that I just destroy. Like my favorite thing last time was plates. I had these plates that it had since we were married, and you just frisbee them all in a dumpster. It's great.
I can't throw away plates.
I
can't do it.
don't know, man. I mean, I like my cabinets barely hang out on the walls as is, man. So we gotta keep the plate count down.
Dude, I gotta tell you. So if you want to look at a pack rat's cabinet, he's guilty right there. You are terrible with having so much redundancy of like dinnerware, cookware, whatever it is, drawers and drawers of stuff that you don't need. Your kids need like 1 cup apiece, but you have hundreds.
I have hundreds of kids come by the
Yeah.
house.
When you have lots of kids in the house, you want a lot of cups. I kind of agree with you on that one.
Dude, like they all get used.
Are they just cheap plastic ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. You get more kids in there. I get it because I'm like, to me, I look at this. I was trying to just find fucking forks, right? And so I wanted a knife so I could cut up
cucumber.
Rosie's cucumbers, right? And I'm like, where is his silverware? And I'm just going through thing to thing. I can't find it. I look at it and I'm like, does he keep his up in the shelves? And I jump in there. I'm like, he has 2 kids. Why does he have 40 of these like dopey looking cups, right?
They all get used.
Yeah.
Because
All right.
not only will
All
each
right.
kid use one, they
Yeah.
usually go through like 3.
Yeah. And they
Why?
never put it because they forget where it is, man.
Uh,
So this happens in my house too. Like,
Or they get a different drink because I
Yeah.
have them have sleepovers, so it's
All right.
And
they all
then-
wind up in the sink
then-
or stuck to your
or they're-
coffee table. Yeah.
hidden in the windowsill
Yeah.
or over here, or you never know where you
Yeah.
find them, and then they just end up coming. Like there's been times that I'm like down to like 3 cups in there, and I'm like, where the hell is everything? And then they're just scattered throughout.
Yeah. See, I pared down just about everything except for my cups. Because I think I have 8 plates in my house. That's it. So
I have more plates.
yeah, no, I got
You
rid
do
of
have more plates.
I got rid of a bunch of mine. I got rid of a bunch of my glassware and stuff like that I don't use. And then, but like for some reason, I keep collecting weird kitchen utensils that I never use. So,
Can you give me an example?
like my mother-in-law gave me a bunch of wooden spoons. I only need one. So there's like 3 of them that
yeah,
just like live in that drawer and never get used. Then get a wooden ladle, which is useless.
Wooden
So-
ladle.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of
Interesting.
neat, but it's like, well, I got a bigger steel one, and that
Yeah.
one, you know, like if it's got schmutz on it, you can clean it off.
Fry for
Yeah,
wash.
exactly, yeah. Well, that's the other habit that I got into that I will never go back on. I run my dishwasher every fucking night, so I don't care if there's 4 glasses in there. I run it.
Yeah, see, that's why I have more
That
dishes.
is-
I'll actually fill the thing.
That is Korean heresy.
Is it? Why?
It's a drying rack.
What?
A dishwasher is a drying rack.
No, it does other things. I understand where you guys are going.
If you're
yeah.
made of money.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just piss money away, man. So you might as well light my wallet on fire. I know. So, but you know, like, I went through and I actually started looking, like, you know, on the back. I don't know. You got a different utility company, but ours, like, I still get my paper bills. So, because you're Excel, right? Or you got like
no.
3 different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. So
For like gas or electricity?
everything.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, ours
Yeah.
is like all one, and so like you can watch your water usage on it, man. And water is like the cheapest thing on there.
Oh, ours is
Yeah.
in just giant blocks.
Yeah,
So if you don't cross the 10,000 gallon, like it's the same as if you used
every single time.
5,000 gallons. So,
Yeah. So it's not metered.
well,
I
it's
guess it
metered,
has
but
to
you
be
have to go
metered, but
way,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it has to
It's
be
interesting.
like full on summer, and I'm watering every day for it to cross that 10,000. So it's
Yeah.
just like water's free. I don't really
Oh,
care.
okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, you pay, but it's going to pay the same as whether you try and conserve it or not. So
Yeah, no. I don't think they'll have water restrictions this year either. So the mountains got a fuckload of snow.
They
So,
sure do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw
And they just got restocked pretty
pretty good. Yeah. So, but
Hey, I cleared off a space for you guys.
I
shovel
thought it was
wise.
a walking
I know,
path.
I know. And that shit was heavy.
It was,
It was
heavy. I
heavy.
shoveled twice.
I didn't shovel. I love my house, man. My driveway's just as dry as yours.
Not as fast as mine was dry.
I wasn't going nowhere. So it started snowing. I went out and I got myself a gallon of milk. I said, I'm good for 3 days.
Oh man, I got you. I got you. Yeah.
Yours will never melt.
Yeah.
No, it will.
In July,
Well, so when heat actually becomes like convection,
right?
right? So that it can actually sweep underneath the unshaded area where it's not just solar
It
radiation.
never
Yeah.
sees the
Yeah.
sun.
When the axis of the earth tilts.
Yeah, so like the last glacier will melt in June, but it will happen. It does get snow.
This house is the reason why I was never ever gonna buy a house that faces this direction.
It's
Yeah.
it's not the hassle that I make it out to be. And I wouldn't even bother with it if you hadn't complained. But
Yeah.
since you did, it's a fair request. Okay, that's fine.
Appreciate it.
And most of the time I'll do the whole thing. But this time around, yeah, I was like, this shit's heavy. Like, I will clear off half of it. You guys can walk on through if the mailman or whatever needs to come on by. That's fine. But
Yeah.
any other purposes, fuck it.
See, my mom's house, her house faces north too, and so yeah, she's always got a problem. She's got like a stair, like a deck that comes up to her front door.
But do they have goons that come in there and clean
They
up?
do, but they won't clean off her walkway. They'll just clean her driveway, and so she gets all upset about it. I was like, Ma, you go out and meet the mailman every fucking day anyway, so just don't worry about it. So it's like, well, what if someone slips on? It's like they're not going to. So
How many people are visiting you?
I know, and on top of that, I mean, so it's not like like the city tells you have to clean off a path to your front door, right? Okay, but if you're on private property, which she is, so up there, then no. So because you're not supposed to have solicitors in there, so yeah.
Oh, that's a good point.
So as long as the mailman has access to your mailbox, you're good. So but I don't know, it's just something for her to do.
Well, I haven't heard that phrase except for you and I joking about it. Of somebody slips and falls and then they own your house.
Oh yeah, we have an episode titled that. I
We
think,
do,
yeah.
yes, because I heard it growing up.
Oh
But
yeah.
the fact of the matter is, if they do, that's what your insurance covers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what it's there for. Yeah, you have liability, so coverage is
Yes.
part of your mortgage because
Yes.
the bank doesn't want somebody else to take
To
your
own your
house.
house,
Yes.
yeah. Because they're like, well, I don't think this guy's gonna take over the payments on it.
Right. No.
No.
Uh-uh. So, yeah.
No, I understand. That's again, Will and I have been talking about like family aphorisms and stupid things that have been passed around through generations, regardless of how true they are, or how unhealthy they are. So yeah, that's a recent journey that we've gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's I know our personal favorite one is the quote unquote outside world.
Threat to everybody, or a threat to you.
It's all dangerous.
Yeah.
You're gonna get robbed as soon as you go past the end of the street. Yeah. So you're basically free, and anybody can grab you at that.
I remember the first time, the first time I admitted, like, and the response was, "You bought something online?"
It's a scam. Did you put your credit card in?
I did. Why? Why? It's like, oh my god. Oh.
Oh, Jeff, you're ruined. You're ruined, I say.
We've got that forever now.
Yeah. They'll catch you.
It's like, yeah, they do, and I'm gonna keep going back over and over and over
See,
again.
the thing is, it doesn't cost anymore, and they bring the product here,
Right.
especially now.
Yeah. God, I order just about everything online now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about everything, man. So my brother and I he was arguing with me about that a little bit the other day. He's like, "Oh, I still like to go around and support the little mom and pop shops." I was like, "What? Which ones are you talking about?"
Yeah, what
You
little
know?
mom and pop shops?
So I didn't really get it.
Radio Shack?
Yeah, like stuff like that,
Radio Shack isn't even a mom and pop.
it's not even. It doesn't even
I
exist.
think they might be if they still exist. They're like individually owned now.
There is no like Mr. and Mrs. Johnson who
Who bought a Radio Shack franchise? Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the Blockbuster person.
There's one.
Yeah. I mean, how many Radio Shacks are out there, do you think?
Zero.
You think zero?
It went bankrupt.
So did Blockbuster, didn't it?
Yeah, but there's one.
Yeah, so there's probably, that's what I'm saying. There's probably
That's
some
like
mom and
saying-
pop Radio Shacks.
That
out
is
there.
like saying Sbarro is a mom and pop. It's not. It was a mall chain, man.
Yeah, I think he was talking more like restaurants and stuff. And
Yeah.
like
Oh,
barber
You aren't
shops
gonna
and
find them
stuff
here.
like
You gotta
that.
go if you want to go to a. You have to go like all the way downtown to go to a mom and pop restaurant.
No, there's a few around here.
Where?
So they got that one over there on Carefree, South Carefree and Murray. So on the boulevard, whatever.
That's a bar.
It's during the day. It's a restaurant. So they actually do pretty booming business in the morning.
I get it.
So-
but come on, man. It's a bar.
Okay. All right. So let's see. There's got to be another one around here somewhere. There's like a Mexican place where the old Rocco's was. So there you go. So
Right. This is what I'm saying. It's
that's not that far.
that's two
Okay.
out of everywhere here.
Isn't the Egg and I locally owned?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think the
sure
Egg and
it
I
is.
is absolutely a chain.
It's a chain.
Really? No, Urban Egg. Urban Egg.
Egg and I is too. Oh, Urban Egg?
No,
I don't
that
know
one
what
changed to
Urban
Urban
Egg
Egg, right?
Yeah.
Or is it still an Egg and I?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You got the Hawaiian place over there too. That's nice.
That's a chain.
It's a
That's
chain.
a chain?
Yes.
Really?
L&L is a chain. Yeah.
Yeah.
There just aren't that many.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can find some. So they got that good Mexican restaurant right up there too. So I don't know.
Fiesta Chalice.
That place is great.
It's great. I don't
place
know
is
if it's not a chain or not. I
No,
can't say that.
that's locally owned.
I know that on Palmer Park there is a donut shop called Arnold's.
Is that a chain?
No,
Oh, okay.
that is owned by Arnold, and those are his donuts, and they are fantastic.
What was the donut joint over here?
Amy's is one of them.
That's locally owned.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I don't
It
know.
is.
Sure.
Yeah, that one's famous. So yeah, because they had another store downtown for years, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think it's chain.
really,
I think it
Okay.
is.
well, I mean, we gotta like define chain here. So chain is like one lady owns 3 restaurants. That's not a chain.
Like it's in more cities. Like,
Maybe then, yeah. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
so obviously, like to go back in the day, even when they had like 3 locations, Conway's Red Top was not a chain.
No,
right?
it was definitely local.
Right. Okay, so if it's on that kind of level,
Yeah,
like Jose Muldoon's was,
they're local.
yeah, and they had 2 spots.
Yeah,
That one's
this one
closed.
over here closed
Yeah.
because nobody ever went here.
You can do so much better anywhere over here.
There's a Taco Bell around here that's better than this.
Yikes.
Oh man,
I know that was kind of mean, but I've eaten
You're
there
not wrong.
many
Yeah.
times. Yes,
you're not wrong. I used to go down there all the time. That was that was a pretty normal drinking spot back in the day.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they had that big patio out back too. That was kind of nice. So,
And so, I mean, yeah, I guess you can find them. There just aren't that many and certainly not mom and pops for the. Okay, so there are some mom and pop like. There is a pizza place down here. The place that was P38
The
and is now
420
Pizza
pizza?
420.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure there's like lots of mom and pop, like little
There are.
tiny hole, like one in like the corner.
actually, there's a
Stuff
couple
like
right
that.
up here. Now that I'm thinking about it, because they got Bob's Lobster Trap up there.
Yeah,
That guy's
there's
local.
lots of.
So yeah.
There's more places that are like trucks.
Well, and that's because that's the only thing that you can actually
Yeah.
do to stand up a small business restaurant without being able to actually leverage an entire chain system behind you, because you got no way to negotiate with your suppliers.
No.
So you got to do all your own advertising and marketing. It's fucking impossible.
Yeah.
This is like, students say, I want to open a restaurant. I was like, do you have $1 million?
Right.
So that you,
well-
you want to burn through?
And then you're gonna work
And then you're going to work all the days. Yeah.
non-stop.
Because I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, okay, no problem. It's like, okay, so you are a Michelin star chef, right?
Right. Yeah.
You have to bring something to
You're,
the table.
yeah, not just your abuela's salsa.
Which I'm sorry, it's not that good.
Right, yeah.
You like it because your abuela made it.
Right, yeah. So yeah, no, it's a tough business. I'm surprised like I was reading about this. So fast food's expensive, but you know where you can go to actually get a decent meal for under $10?
Denny's.
No, we don't have any of those anymore. So
Really?
Good
um,
meal for under $10.
yeah. This was actually the kind of like this banner piece that was like, it was in the Wall Street Journal, and they were talking about like, you know, like this new meal hack out there. Where you-
Costco.
No, Chili's.
Oh,
You go to
Okay,
Chili's and get a
okay.
burger and a starter and a drink
that is
for
true. They do
$10.99.
have that.
Yes.
Yep.
So
They do
yeah,
have
and so
that.
there's been a lot of people who are like, I ain't paying $13 for a fucking Big Mac. You know?
I was just at McDonald's.
Yeah.
I spent like $11.99.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did too, but I got nuggies with that too. So
I got 2 double cheeseburgers.
those are still good, man.
I did, but they are not $1 a piece.
There's nothing that's $1 at McDonald's. I mean, you can't even get water for $1 there. You know?
Dude, they'll hand you the back end of the hose
Yeah.
for 65 cents. And if you go longer than 30 seconds, like they're adding 10 cents each.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like
Yeah.
what, $1.50 menu now? Or dollar?
It's like a $2 menu. I
Is it
thought.
$2?
I don't know, man. I mean, I just get the meals, so you know, just give me a number one and a 10-piece, and I think that was like $13-14. So
Yeah, I got 2 double cheeseburgers and a double quarter pounder because I was going to be giving buns to the dog.
oh, okay,
And yeah, it was like $12.
yeah. Arby's is expensive. I went to Arby's last
Arby's.
week. Yeah,
Crazy.
it's kind of crazy, man. So it's like Taco Bell's not that much more expensive.
No, Taco Bell is
Bell's
still
actually pretty good.
Unless you go for the flashy items.
There's a bunch of stuff there that is cheap and you get a lot of it. So yeah,
Taco Bell, they don't. I mean, they move it down.
Mm-hmm.
So they have like a walk of shame menu, but you can get a lot of food there for a good
you
price.
can. Yeah.
But if you go for all the stuff that basically has like Christmas lights around it, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
anything that has like 4 like Spanish adjectives where it's like Del Fiesta,
Right.
Baja,
Volcano. Yeah. Yeah.
he knows the language. Yeah. If you go for that, you're looking at like $7 a piece.
Well, they make all their money off their drinks there. So yeah.
It's weird. So does Sonic, right?
That's the only way Sonic is actually still a thing.
The fuck do they do well?
Tater tots.
Yeah. It's tots though, man. I mean,
They're like the only place that you get tater tots.
that makes me suspicious.
I agree. If you're famous for not your marquee item,
Right.
you got problems.
Hey, they advertise their drinks.
They do.
Yeah,
that is what
They
they advertise.
They make a lot of money off their drinks.
So-
So I mean, you pay like $9 for some kind of slushy with like
with
8
whatever
different types of
blurred
syrup,
into it. And,
fucking sprinkles and bananas and
you know,
whatever.
you
People
know,
that were going there twice a day.
Oh yeah,
this
for the
shit.
drinks. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew airport guys. Yeah, every day. It was like, "Up, we're going to Sonic." Okay, gotta give me my like super iced
Cherry
tea or whatever.
limeade.
Yeah, cherry limeade, whatever. So, yeah, I actually walked into the Five Guys the other day.
Yeah? Did you
I left.
take out a second mortgage
No, I left.
and buy something?
Yeah,
did you see the prices? In
yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop and make a D's, and that's when I got my back. I was like,
Five Guys is unreal.
it was like $14, so for just like a double cheeseburger. So, and I was
the
like,
burger alone?
yeah,
Yeah.
Wait, what?
yeah, yeah.
They ain't fucking around.
ain't fucking
Oh
around,
my
man.
god!
And the
what-
thing,
I used to go there. I used to get that. I used to get like they have the baby fry, but then they always throw some extras in there.
Yeah.
So, and then but like shakes were like $6, and I always get a shake when I try and go to a place like that because I don't know, it's just
I
shaking
don't
a
do it
burger,
very
man.
often.
Yeah. So, and I was like, you know what? I don't have any cash, and I know these guys are gonna want to tip. Yeah, fuck this. I'm out of here. So
Yeah, I hate the automatic like tip asking thing on
Oh, yeah.
like when you go in.
It's so assumptive.
It's like, dude, you're just doing your job, man. Like you didn't even.
Well, and Five Guys is weird, man. There's still like fucking 10 people back there. So
Yeah.
It's like no wonder you have to charge so much. Look at all these people, it's like out here just like, cutting fries and, run grill and 2 people up front and 1 person out there wiping down tables and stuff and
So, all right.
other guys on prep and one guy's like on the counter, what are you doing, pickles on that, kind of thing.
I'll give them credit for that in terms of like that's your model, that's what you're going to do, and that's how it's going to be. And the price is just accordingly. As long as people come and buy it, that's fine, right? I don't have a problem.
There
with
weren't that many people there.
But that's sort of it.
Yeah.
Like the place that I can't figure out is the same kind of thing. If you've been to any of our Whataburgers,
Oh yeah.
they're not that special.
No, they're fine.
That's it. They're
Yeah,
fine.
they're fine. I mean, some people love them because they come from Texas or whatever.
Some people love. Well, again, these are the people that like retard pizzas because they're like,
What's a retard pizza?
dude. I was there. I was in Houston with these people, and the first thing is like they have like 14 different types of ketchup. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
What, at Whataburger?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know that.
that's their big thing is they have different kinds of ketchup, right?
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Like you can sit there and tell me like, hey, you can put like green onions and a hubcap on this pizza. I don't care, right? If the pizza underneath it is shit,
Right, okay, got it. So
and the burger's just not that great. It's
they're not
okay.
they're fine. Yeah, they're
It's okay.
there's nothing special about it.
Tried it.
They're fine.
So-
Go try it sometime. You got one right up there. So yeah.
We got a few.
yeah, there's
got
a
one
couple.
right there.
There's
There's one
they
up
got a
there.
new one
Yeah.
that's like on the west side out there too now.
There's one right up next to the animal hospital where I'm going to take her
Yep.
on Tuesday.
So yeah, but I mean, there's nothing like I mean, So I know people who love Whataburger and can't stand In-N-Out, and so like I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like neutral on Whataburger, but I'll go to In-N-Out before I go to Whataburger now. So, but then
I'm not impressed.
see, and that's what a lot of people say, and that's fine, man. So yeah,
I still love it.
I love it. I don't get the fries,
Absolutely
so man,
love
I
it.
don't waste your time with the
I
fries.
think
Their
their
fries
fries
are
are-
garbage.
I love fries, so
Their fries are garbage, man.
it
I
is
always
so bad.
I love their burgers. So
Frankly, my favorite fries, you're gonna laugh, is at Del Taco, because they do crinkle cut fries,
Yep.
and they are the soggiest shit you've ever seen in your life.
they've got those at Arby's now. So they got the curly fries and the crinkle cut, and they are soggy as fuck. So
Curly fries are good.
You know what? I got you, but if I'm there, I'm gonna be getting potato cakes because that's the only.
I stopped getting those, man, because they take fucking forever to get them. So I hate that. I hate that. You say, like, I'd like 3 potato cakes. Oh, okay, we're going to pull them in. And then, it's like, all right. So it's like, could you pull forward? I'm like, yes. So, and then, like, I can feel my beef and cheddar getting cold. So I gave up on the potato cakes, man. So,
That's a shame because
they take forever to get them.
I love those. I
Yeah.
love those.
No, yeah. So,
I haven't been to Arby's in forever.
You don't like anything on their menu except the fries, right?
Yeah.
I make a
Yeah.
pilgrimage like every 6 months. So it's just like, you know what? It's beef and cheddar time. Let's do this. So
Well, and they have mozzarella sticks.
They do
So
have-
I would get like mozzarella sticks and a large fry, which is not a good meal.
actually, the mozzarella sticks are probably healthier than the beef and cheddar.
Oh man, I can
It's got that glue cheese on it. So.
I can picture the workout session feeding yourself off of that.
Yeah. It is. You're in for the long haul, but it tastes fantastic. It's just all.
I love both of those. Look, the other thing, like, I'm surprised at my willpower on this. I've got a Captain D's right there, and I love that stuff. But that is the worst food.
The crunchies,
Yes,
the leftover
can't eat
crunchies. Oh,
and I don't even like.
oh,
it's
because
like
you're
Oh,
the
God, that
seafood
place
thing.
fucks me up so bad. So.
oh,
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything in that place not going in the fryer.
Oh, no, everything goes in
Yeah.
the fryer. So, same thing with. Where was the Long John? So, wasn't that down on Academy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
used to go
used
there.
to be near the Red Lobster.
Yeah. Used to go
Yeah.
there and get the hush puppies, and man, they'd fuck me up. Those are not supposed to fuck you up. So
I can eat everything on Captain D, even
Yeah.
their like fried jalapenos and stuff.
Mhm.
Like I can eat all of that garbage food.
right, yeah.
Right? It just now at this age, there's consequences.
There
So
are
many
so many
consequences.
consequences.
So many consequences. Like I saw this idiot. He I can't remember which account it is. It's basically just like dumbest tweets where people just gather the dumbest things people say and they actually just repost it, right? And there was one dude who was talking about how he didn't like to exercise because your heart has a set number of beats.
Right, this is dumb. Yeah, right.
And
Your heart has a governor on it.
So I'm just gonna be suave.
right, yeah.
so I was like, why are you trying to rush this? But I do think that the human digestive system has some sort of limit
does.
on how much you can pass through it before there's like
Consequences.
damage.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's absolutely true.
That
yeah,
I'm starting to believe.
that's
yeah.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
It quits digesting. It's just like, no, we're just passing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
No,
So we're gonna
no.
flag this one on through
Yep.
a bit.
Good luck, buddy. 'Cause it's coming in hot.
You get right in the hub.
Like really, pizza in, pizza out, nothing happened in between. I think I'm gonna die soon.
Yeah. So yeah, when you grease the tracks too much, yeah,
It's just, yeah, it is. It's like I don't know. It's like a stripped out screw. You know, it's just like
keep spinning. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
Screw puller, yeah. You gotta drill it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's actually some truth behind that. So like, I don't know. I was reading on this a while ago, but as you get older, there's like certain foods that you need when you're younger that, after a certain amount of time, you're just good on that. So like dairy is one of them. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so like I love dairy and I always will. It does
Yeah.
not treat me well. So, but I just plan around that. It's like, yeah, okay, tomorrow's gonna be a rough morning, so it'll be all right.
I don't have a problem with it. I still don't have a problem with it. I'm lucky in that regard.
Yeah, I don't.
I have a little bit of that. So if I go overboard, like have 2 glasses of milk with my Oreos, that's a problem. So
I'm lucky in that regard. I can drink it
yeah.
sun up to sundown, and frankly, I mean, this was my old trick I used to use. It's good after a workout.
No, I agree with that. Yeah.
So, yeah, I chug it all the time. It's actually good for growth. So,
Growth.
yeah, I'm trying to put on muscle and stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you like
Like getting
you're right. Yeah.
I'm still trying. Someday.
That's what I thought you meant. Yeah, I guess. Might have been one of those things you learn when you're growing up. Hey, you got to drink up your milk so you be a big strong growing boy.
Yes, if that were the case, you would have to be a good friend and say like, bro, you're not dunking a basketball.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
This dream is not gonna.
Yeah. No, I'm not supposed to take that much. I actually have a little bit too much calcium. So, but
You don't get like stones, do you?
not yet, but they said that's coming if you keep doing that. And so it's like, okay. So I've had some friends at the bar who've gone through stones.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've never done that.
I have not. I
Yeah.
had plenty of friends that.
My ex-wife had one,
One stone.
and
Yeah.
she fell over and screaming in pain.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was just like, "You're dying!" Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, what is going on?
Yeah.
My understanding is that for the women that have had those, that is actually more painful than childbirth.
I would believe it. She was
Yeah.
screaming like,
Yeah, I guess you would be the only one that I know. I've never known anybody in my family had any problems with those.
Whoa.
So, on the female
and
side.
then they showed, like, once they got it out, they showed it to her,
Yeah.
and it's just like this tiny little thing with jagged spikes.
Well,
all
yeah,
over.
it's like those burrs that you
Oh,
catch
yeah,
on the
dude.
field. Yeah. So, yeah.
And it's trying to think
yeah.
that you're gonna pee that out. I'm like, ah.
Well, and guys got to send
Yeah,
it through
a
too,
little
man.
bit more distance to go there.
Oh.
Yeah, so-
And that's why, yeah, the who is it? Your Victoriaba peed it out
yeah.
in like the between innings and came back out to catch. I'm like, no. You call it a day. Like,
No, I recall like MLB players can take sick days, and I think they'd be like, "Hey,
you earned
that's
this
why
one.
we have 2 catchers."
No,
Nope,
I know
nope.
one guy. Yeah, he gets some
Oh man,
probably like
I
every other
can't.
year or something like that. He's got to take a couple days off, so just pass it. So
And some guys are way more prone to them. Like again, I knew a guy that get one about every couple of months, and he's just like, "I know I have it. My back starts hurting," and
Yep.
he's like, "So I just keep drinking tons and tons of water all day." It's like you stay. It's like no, I go to work because he's like, there's. That's probably Yorvi's thing is like you're not going to feel any better not doing anything, right? And so you're going to sit there and you're going to mope and it's whatever because he's like you don't get to control when it goes.
yeah,
You just keep drinking water to try and get it to go quicker.
yeah,
But when it goes, it goes.
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, if you have those chronically, you can get them blasted out of there if you know about them so early enough.
They can't.
They
I
can't
guess
do
they
that.
can, go in there with like the sonic gun and fucking
Yep.
break them up a little bit. But
Yeah,
I've been blessed so far. I drink a ton of milk, never had a.
yeah. No, they. So I go in for blood work every 6 months. So they've been telling me it's like, hey, be cool about that. Otherwise, this is gonna happen. And I'm like, all right.
fair enough. I'm listening. I hear you, Doc. But it's not causing you to stop cold turkey, huh?
Oh fuck no! I don't stop nothing cold turkey. You know, so- I just regulate a little bit. It's like we'll take the little glass of milk. You know? Leave 3 Oreos instead of a magazine.
Yeah, I'm in a different position because when I'd buy sweets,
Mhm.
right? I'd be so into them. I'd try to like cash them
Yeah.
out at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna eat them anyway, get all this. But Now at this point, when I've started to realize, all right, this is self-defeating.
Mm-hmm.
Stop eating so much. And just gauges, would I want to take a walk after this?
Right.
If the answer is no, I've eaten way too much.
Yeah, see, like I think it might have been you who was telling me this a while
was
back.
talking
It
about
was
that,
kind
yeah.
of like, eat enough so, like, or no, it's cook when you're cooking food. Don't cook to take care of how hungry you are now, because after you eat some of it, you won't be that hungry.
That's
Was that you?
That's part of it too.
Yeah, okay.
And it also depends on. There are people. I've been like this too. There are people that like to snack while they're cooking.
Yeah, I do that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
I've done it too. There's like one for me and
Yeah,
one for me
right,
later.
yeah.
It's. But yeah, that's part of it too. Is because it's not like.
No, I mean, yeah, no, but it's fine. I mean, like, just actually cooking your own meals, most of them, rather than eating things that come out of boxes, is actually way healthier than anything else that you could do. So, like my house, like we stock up on like salty snacks because we're just salty people, I guess. So, like swapping out like chips for popcorn.
Huge difference.
A huge difference.
Huge
difference. And the same thing's true with like, you used to have all kinds of crackers in mine. Just get the ones that don't have any salt on them, kind of thing, and then you won't crave them as much. So down the road.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's the Coca-Cola thing. That's why they put so much sodium in it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Makes you thirstier.
No, that's
Well, the other thing too is I know this sounds silly, but if you want a donut, get the actual donuts. Don't go to the Isles donuts.
the Isles donuts.
Yeah, don't go get like the Entenmann's donuts or.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Keep
Like if
that.
you want donuts, go get the
couple
bakery
donuts.
donuts. Yeah.
The treats that I keep in my house are limited to cookie form and then like candy. Like I'll always have chocolate in my house.
Oh, he's got it all, bitch. He's this fucking.
Yeah.
See, I can't do that because my daughter will eat all of them. So, yeah, and it's just like, no, stop that. So she's got a horrible sweet tooth and she's got fucked up teeth too. So we're working on that, but
That being said, okay, because you did send me a picture, I have to talk with you about something, Patrick.
what?
You do realize by law you have to feed this child, right?
My daughter?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, she's open. She's freeform feed. So so we free feed her. So and she just will not put on any weight, man. So she.
Because that picture looks like you are starving her.
No, you'd think, but she just she doesn't eat that much. So when she does eat, she eats kind of like my my mother-in-law does. She like
Just
eats
picks those.
small meals, like 3 or 4 in a row, over the course of like a day. So, or I guess an afternoon or something. So, and then sometimes we'll try and get her a big meal in, but she'll only eat half of it. And so it's just her eat pattern. And it's like one thing that I've learned is don't force people into a certain pattern if it's not not conducive for them. Yeah. So, so yeah, because there's that is like the same thing with my wife and I. We finally got to the point in time where we eat about the same amount, we eat the same things, and we eat at the same time. Finally. Okay, and that's been 24 years.
How long have you been waiting for these two orbits to actually coincide?
I had to wait an entire quatoon for this to happen.
Are they going to start phasing out of order?
I don't know. If we make it another 24 years, who knows? So, maybe at that point, I'll be like my mom, because my mom's the one, she'll go to the store and she'll buy the Entenmann's, all the things, and then she'll just nosh on them all day long. So, but she's like 80.
Yeah, when you're at that point.
She don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so, and she can't put on weight either anymore ever since she broke her hip. But
Oh,
so
how's
it's
that doing?
she's fine,
okay.
unless she shovels her fucking driveway. So I keep telling her, if you fall down because you did something stupid, you call 911 and then you don't call me. Because we talked about this. So
Why? Because if you do, it's going to come with a lecture.
no, it's not going to come with a lecture. It just means that I'm going to have to clear off my fucking calendar and all that stuff. Blah blah blah. And I told her, it's like, don't be selfish. You know, it's like
Yeah.
your driveway does not need to be shoveled down to the last fucking flake. So you're 84 years old. Just take it easy. So you know, but
Yeah, at that point,
she
enjoy.
does not understand this. So she never will. So, but it just is what it is. So it's like, you know, she's physically incapacitated now to where she can't do a lot of the things that she used to, and it pisses her off. So that's
Yeah, we
Yeah.
know that's James' story.
That's completely understandable, and I empathize with it, but still at the same point in time, don't do stupid. Please don't do stupid, because doing stupid is going to make this worse. So it's like, if you don't think you can do much right now, wait till you get stuck in a hover round, you know? So
yeah. I feel like I've had this same discussion.
Oh.
Actually, well, that's the other thing too. Is like, and if you do need a hover round, get the hover round.
Get the hover round.
That's why they make them.
Yeah, but she's not looking for solutions like that. See, these are ways to fix her fucking problems. All right, she wants to roll the clock back about 10 years. There is no way that I know of to do that. So you know, because I've like for the last ever since my dad died, you know, I learned in the first couple of years there, you know, you can't fix it. So you cannot, you know, offer solutions that you can't get her a new type of phone or iPad, or, you know, you can't, like, you know, get her a new car or something. None of these things fucking fix the fact that she would rather be where she was 5 years ago. So I just stopped trying.
No, I understand. No.
My brother still does that. Well, I'll come up there and fix it. It's like, good luck, dude. You're just gonna encourage this behavior.
No, okay, yes, okay. So you're 100% right, and I understand that that's the solution one, and to that end, right? Like going through the maintenance that I go through now, right? I understand that I am making up for bad decisions I made in the past.
Oh, sure.
Right? But you're right. It is not rewinding the clock. It is
No.
just simply being at the place where you're beyond the point of no return, right? And making the best of it while you still can.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there does come a point where it's like, sorry, that's not the hand you've been dealt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people struggle with that, though, man. You know,
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's completely normal, but I don't know, man. I've learned a little bit more about gratitude, you know, and you know, especially like watching my mom, you know, all this shit that I went through over the last like 5-6 years, you know, kind of stuff. It's just like, you know what? If things are good, if you're relatively healthy right now, you know, if your schedule's not all fucked up, you know, and if you don't have a million things that are kind of like lording themselves over you, all these adulting bullshit things, you know, like I gotta go
Right.
do my taxes and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So if you don't have all this stuff going on, this is the time to be productive, okay? Because just something will get fucked up. It'll always happen. Something next will be right. There's something right around the corner, all right, that's gonna throw all that shit out of whack. So just enjoy the time that you have right now and get the shit done that you have to get done. So, and then I tell my mom the same thing. It's like, okay, so you broke your hip. I looked at the survival rates on that with your age. You're pretty lucky. And I was like, now if you roll these dice twice, I can't guarantee that's going to come out. And so, no, I know you can't drive anymore, and it's driving you bananas. Okay, but
Yeah.
there are ways to get around this. Okay, and just because you don't have things the way that they used to be doesn't mean that you don't have things that you can do now. And so, you know, focus on the things that you are capable of doing right now. And same thing with the hover round. It's like, well, nobody has to help you out of bed every day to go pee. All right, this is a good thing. So be thankful for it, because it didn't have to be this way. You know. So
Yes, and spend that time enjoying the things that you can
Correct.
do instead of lamenting what you can't.
yes. So
Because that will not get you your time back.
oh no, it's a waste of time. That's what it is.
Yes. Yes.
It takes time from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it directly like converts to bitterness.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
There's like no wasted calories in between. It just goes right from here to here.
No, they wave it on
Yeah.
through.
And that shit can get concentrated too.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
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 Oh no, I mean she's got some relatives that are definitely they've gone down that path and they're never coming back. So yeah, no, it's just like that. Well, that sucks. So you know, but you made your choice 20 years ago to be mad. So you know,
Bro, I'm sorry. My mother's been mad at being alive for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think my mom's actually getting a little better. So
I think some
I think
days
she's
my
getting a
mom is,
little
some
better.
days she's not. There's There's always some hope, but at the same time, it's like, God damn, man.
It's it's a challenge because especially with the dizziness thing, like
Yeah.
it just totally totally restricts her from getting to just full on do her things.
Mm-hmm.
And that, yeah,
Hey,
I
dude.
can't imagine it.
But we've seen worse. When you had a person living in your basement that had resigned themselves to that at age like 39
She was only 39.
or something like that. I'm
Yeah,
not,
she
she was
she
young.
was 49 or something.
Oh, okay.
She was not 49 when that started happening.
Yeah, because 39, if her kid's an adult,
Well, then she looked way young.
she does do the makeup. Like, she wakes up and makes up.
What a waste of time.
Um,
Of all things, putting on makeup to move 5
There.
feet.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't have a job? She wasn't going nowhere?
She was certain that the docs were getting every diagnosis wrong.
Oh.
But they were not finding what was wrong. That
I saw this, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this term called cyberchondria. It's great. That's great. So,
I'm actually surprised it's not called cyber malingering.
well, it probably is, but
yeah.
it's the whole idea that, like,
Yeah.
you can Google.
you can Google it and you can self-diagnose, and then it opens up like this entire range of. I've been going down a rabbit hole in a couple of days about like misdiagnosed, or like where your doctor actually causes. Usually in this case, it's therapists actually cause the condition. I can't
Yes.
remember what that's called.
Yes. No.
It's a very specific term for it, but
I've been looking for that term because I learned it in college, but I cannot remember
Yeah.
what it's called. But yeah, where the actual diagnosis
yeah.
is harmful.
Yeah, see, and
Yes.
like I didn't know this whole thing about multiple personality and how that was really fucking wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So
cool.
yeah, no, and it was like, wow, that's really because I remember people talking about that long time
They
ago.
don't even call it. It's called dissociative identity disorder.
Well,
now,
that's-
too, and that's
That's the new one. That's the TikTok craze right now. That a lot of people are claiming they have that, but I didn't realize that whole thing. Because I remember people like back in the day. The whole idea of these split personality and like just introducing the idea behind that diagnosis was something that like a lot of people just glommed onto, even though it actually wasn't a thing. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
the same with there are a lot of people that are quote unquote diagnosed with obsessive compulsive.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Because if you are, it's not you just liking like I don't like pepper on my mashed potatoes.
Yeah. No.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, no. So, like, yeah, my daughter started saying, "Oh, I'm a little OCD." I was like, "You're not OCD. Go look at your bedroom, man." She's like, "Well, I have a different kind of OCD." I was like, "No.
No, you don't.
You
don't
either
have it.
have this or you don't
Yeah.
have this.
Yes.
And if you have this, we need to send you to some people who will
Correct.
diagnose you correctly with this. You're just saying this because you like things a certain way, and that's fine. Just say that you like things a certain way, and you don't need to hide behind a fake
You're
diagnosis.
not going to check the doors locked 40 times.
That's
You're
fine.
not-
Yeah,
You're not
scrubbing the
doing
skin
it.
off your fucking hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's not lights on and off 13 times exactly every time because if not, you will die.
Yeah.
Or the world will end.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've actually known I've had a couple students over the years who were legit OCD. So
It's terrifying.
it is. It's bad. It's
So
like,
then, yeah.
well, yeah, and it's like as an educator, it's frustrating. It's like you just asked me that.
No.
It was like you just asked me that. I just replied to that. Do we need to go over this again?
Oh, man.
It's the same thing. Like I've had like legit kids who actually had ADHD. Okay, and you can attest to this too.
Yes.
That there's a lot of them where they're not suffering from ADHD, they're suffering from puberty. Okay, and this is a different condition.
Bro,
right?
it's not even just suffering from puberty because they're the same ones that are having that. It's like, what'd you eat for breakfast today?
Oh yeah, I had 3 Monster drinks before I drove up here today. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
So,
okay,
yeah.
because that's your second I've seen you drinking in lunch.
Exactly.
So you had 3 for breakfast,
Those are $8 a piece. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
2 for lunch, and then a sensible dinner.
Right.
Right, yeah. you know.
That's not what that is for. But yes, I do know what that is.
It's
So,
no, because
you got little baby carrots next to it and stuff. You know?
because no, they've actually done the studies on this where
Yeah.
they go to places like France where like it's an honor to cook for kids in school cafeterias.
Yeah.
Right? Where they're actually getting like little stroopwafels and little like good things, and they can measure and see like, wow, diet and performance, especially in kids, has a very like 1-to-1 connection.
It's yeah,
right?
it's not just diet. Though,
It's
man.
no, it's not. But in
Yeah.
terms of false diagnoses of ADHD, it handles so much of it.
Oh yeah, well, it's basically a tarp you can throw over any trailer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, but there's and like, but I know you've had students. I definitely have had students who are legit ADHD.
Yes.
So, and it is very different. So, when you see a kid who just literally cannot control his thoughts. So, and it's like, oh man, I actually feel bad for you, dude. So, you know, because I know you're trying and you're just getting frustrated, and then you try again and you're getting frustrated, and you're not like this fucking slacker over here, not your dog. You know?
Your feet is slacking.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, a little bit of drama here. So it's like this guy over here is just, you know, I mean, he just doesn't want to be here. So, and he wants more time on the test. Why? Because he's bad at it. So, you know.
Yeah, that's you hit the hill because you can always tell because the person with actual ADHD is trying to pay attention to you.
They are.
That's the thing is they're trying to pay attention to you, and that's where it becomes like you want to be like, hey man, just calm down. Like no, I'll explain it again.
Yeah, it's okay.
But that's the thing is the people that don't, right?
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's not just puberty. It's like, so this is life. So 8 hours a day, you're going to be somewhere that you don't want to be.
Yeah, so,
Right.
you know, just get over that, man.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know, and I know that that's a tough thing.
Life's
right?
not all video games, man. You know, come on. So
It's just like
you can't just level up your way out of here.
so, like, all right, I'm just gonna break it to you. So, like, we're in a good place now where it's just 8 hours that you have to be. Like, I want you to think about peasants, because peasants,
Yeah.
were there.
Let's talk about slavery, shall we? You know? So, yeah. No, man, but I mean, there's like so many of that. And like, so I do have to give like our disability office a lot of credit. Okay, so since COVID, the amount of like requests that I'm getting are way the fuck down. So
good.
they are way the fuck
That's
down.
good.
You know, I think a lot of people was just like, actually, you know what? I don't want to get out of that. You know, so yeah, and it's completely different. You know, the one that I think, and I haven't found anything on this one, but I'd assume it's kind of along the same line as like overdiagnosed with PTSD. So. Because I have worked with some students who legit got blown out of Humvees like several times, and they are fucked up. Okay, but then I have other people who are like, "Well, my dad died, and I have PTSD." I was like, "No, you're sad." So that's a little bit different. Okay, so now if your dad got his head chopped off in a car accident, or if he died young, okay, that's a little bit different. I get it, but you know, still at the same point in time, I've seen guys who just can't function because of PTSD. That's not you. You were able to drive here today. You didn't punch anybody, you know. So, yeah, you don't look like you're about to rip my throat out. So this is a little different, man.
Yeah, this is a tough one. So, all right, the problem with this is, yes, PTSD. The thing is, it all has to do with severity and what your expectation of the
Sure.
severity would be, right? Because everybody, to some sense, has it's very simple. It's trauma. It's basically being unable to process, right? So it's something that your brain literally cannot process, right? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
Why did my dad die when I was 3?
Yeah.
Right? Why
Right.
did survivor's guilt is the very definition of this.
It is,
Right. But for most people it's like, okay, well, I have it. I have a little bit of it.
Uh-huh.
Right? It is not there's a range of it, right? There's a big range of it.
Yeah.
And the problem is it's difficult to jump in there and say like, all right, well, clearly this is, you know, this, and this one is not. It's not for me to make that judgment. It's on the individual to say like, but I don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. This is the same thing where, like, say for example, the thing that I threw a rock at the other day was it was
This is on Twitter.
of course.
Yeah, okay.
Of course.
I know that's where you go down to the rock pit. And
Oh yeah. It's just it's not like I'm actually like getting honey. I just walk out there with a thing of stones, and I see all these beehives, and I'm like,
Right.
what am I gonna chuck them at today?
Yeah, right.
And I'm like,
Gonna throw them in the old quarry.
bees. Oh, murder hornets.
Murder
right.
hornets.
All right.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
throw them in there. And so yeah, there was this report that said something to the tune. I think it was 30% of Gen Z people identify as LGBTQ.
I don't
Right?
think that's true.
Well,
Yeah.
so that's
30%.
that's why I
don't think
said
that's true.
that's why I said, well, 30% of Gen Z really want some attention, right? Because that's all they're doing. Because
Yeah.
it's the same thing. Is why are you saying this? Okay, well, because this group seems to be getting a lot of love right now.
Mhm.
And much like everybody at that age, you feel kind of weird and different. Why? Okay, well,
Yeah.
if you go on a Discord, they're going to tell you it's because you're secretly trans.
Right, yeah.
And then they're
So-
going to groom you into it, which is what they do. Or if you're part of anywhere that you go, it's like, you're not just weird, right? You're this. You weren't
Right.
born in the right body.
Here's your instruction manual.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm looking at this because like, okay. And like,
So what rock did you throw at that?
it was just what I said. I was like, oh, well,
Oh, okay, got it.
I just want attention.
Yeah,
right?
no, I agree with you on that one. I think you're right. So
Yeah, that's where you
Yeah.
got the bees flying around. It's like,
yeah, yeah, no, I get it. So no, I totally agree with that, man. I mean, I think the influence of influencers is much overrated.
Well, okay, so
It's very much so overrated, man.
here's the thing. This is the other thing that I can point you at here that has like so a lot of this too is there were a couple interesting that went into the Oscars, but I'll come back to that later, right? But like the whole thing is that you have a lot of people out there in the movie star sphere, the influencers, all that there.
The movie star sphere. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
good, sorry.
celebrity sphere, I should say.
Yeah,
Right?
I just didn't.
Both
I catch
regular and online, right?
Yeah.
That are big proponents of this. There's a lot of people that
that.
say
Real and not.
the question is I think it comes down to merit, right? It's like, oh, I wouldn't call you a celebrity, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I think there's a hard line between whether or not I actually know your real name or not. So,
Like-
if this is Twitter and somebody's using a handle, you're not actually famous. You know?
well, okay, and we're not talking about celebrities that go by a different name,
Right.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
just, it's like, sorry, Jon Stewart, I know that's not your real.
I know
last
that's
name.
not your real name. Yeah.
It's not?
No.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Picture the most Jewiest name that you can think of. That's his last name,
Which one was it?
Jon Stewart.
Stuart Stein?
I don't remember his last name. I know that his first name wasn't John.
Well,
So-
it's his last name. It's like Leibowitz.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's always like a shame to your name, huh? Okay, but
Hey man, that was the advice back then. I'm not gonna fault him.
no, dude, it's
The only guy who didn't do that was Emilio Estevez, and it permanently wrecked his career.
That was a weird thing. It's
It
like-
was weird.
you guys are what?
You guys are Spanish? Weird. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
It's
are
like not
brothers?
even Mexican, but like
Yeah.
Spanish,
Yeah.
huh? You know? So.
What's your dad's name? Okay, yeah.
Oh, he did that. Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the so you have a lot of people that are basically like either claiming to be part of this group or in that group, but you're taking a group that the thing is about celebrities is they're in that position because in many ways they have an abnormal drive in the first place, right?
Sure.
That's why you can come down to this and you have so many, it's like, oh, well, this whole industry was a grooming factory for a long time. Why are you, bisexual? Oh, okay. Why are you gay? I'm not saying there's a one-for-one correlation, but there's a lot of, it's not hard. It's like, oh, okay, well, this happened to you when you were 4 by this movie exec, right? This kind of stuff. So you're talking about a place that is abnormal in terms of percentages of deviant behaviors by the start. It's an abnormal selection of people who are brought to this area.
Well, there are people
right?
who self-select into it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's one of the things where it's like kind of like, well, normal people don't tend to make compelling art because there's nothing weird or unusual or anything like that, right?
Well, and they choose not to do it.
Correct. Yeah.
So,
It's that same thing. So you have a bunch of people that speak for the entire country, right? But your situation is abnormal to begin with. Ergo, your percentages of outside the realm of normal statistics are going to be way off. But you have people that, because they're on Twitter and TikTok, it seems like, oh, this seems like normal, right?
yeah.
You're looking at an abnormal sample to say that this is the normal people. Where it's like, well, actually, no. So 93% of people are like this in anywhere but here. But you're using this as your guide to say this is what normal is because you feel like these people are close to you. But they absolutely are
No,
not.
Twitter's, neither of those platforms are even remotely representative. I mean, we were talking about that last week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, Twitter is way richer than and more highly educated than your average dude.
Right.
So, and actually surprisingly a little bit younger. So, which
Yep.
I was surprised by that.
You thought it was...
I thought it was the other way. I thought fucking Twitter was basically the home of mad, angry, beardy guys like me. So, in my age demographic,
that
So-
place is Facebook.
I guess, man, but I'm not on Facebook. What am I doing wrong? Yeah. So, I mean, Facebook's where my in-laws live.
Right.
So, yeah,
Right.
and that's a little bit different. But then, like the one thing that is kind of surprising, there's like a breakdown on like Instagram is the one that's really different. So that's where everybody who's young uses Instagram.
Yes.
I did not know that. So, but that's apparently they used it to text each other, so and stuff.
Right.
Snapchat
Right.
isn't dead either. So
No, it's not.
it's not.
It's not.
That's where all the young kids are. They're all on the Snapchat. So they don't use SMS messaging. They use Snapchat.
Huh.
Yeah.
They use,
Because
Snapchat
their
and
parents don't
WhatsApp,
check
yeah.
anything.
Right.
And it's like, well, that makes perfect fucking sense,
Yep.
So
Yep.
that makes absolute perfect sense. So, but yeah, no, like, and then on top of it, if you take a look at, Twitter users, even if you take a look at the demographics, which is what they were doing in that article that I was talking about last week, 1% of those people actually post. So, yeah, and so you're talking about a very non-representative sample. So of a sample. So this is like completely fucked at this point in time in terms of actually trying to get to the, what do people actually think, and that's where you have to go to the polls. And so
the thing that really I got people pissed off, right, was when I started taking shots at Islam, right?
that's always fun, Jeff. And so, I mean, you just like that beehive has a runway that just comes out of it.
Oh no! This is the best part, right? So I took an already inflammatory post, right, where there's this guy that basically posts like semi-racist stuff. And I'm like, all right, I'm here for this. No, so the thing was, it was like it showed like basically like one white looking person on a subway that was full of women with
Oh, the head wrap. Yeah.
Islamic ninja gear, right? And so the guy was saying like this is Sweden, like look what's happened to it, right?
This is AI generated.
Yeah, of course. This is well, it turns out this was a picture of Cairo, right?
Oh,
But
nice.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. But all I said was like, I thought Sweden had a lot more like tall blonde people. I'm disappointed, right? Now, the fucking Islamic people came after me, right? All right, they were pissed because like this is Cairo, dumbass, right? I'm like, well, I don't care about what any of you guys say until some dude with like 35,000 followers
Oh,
and
there
an
you go.
Islamic
You
name.
landed yourself
I'm like,
a big fish,
it's
Jeff.
like,
Yeah, let's reel this one.
and so like, yeah, it's like, all right, I got this guy here. So it's like, oh, I do apologize. I didn't know this was Cairo. I'm not that well versed on one Islamic shithole versus another. And this is where I'm like, all right, now we're doing this. All right, now this is fun. So yeah, I sat there and fucking
messing with you.
yeah.
That's hilarious.
And so one dude, like, who was dead serious, like this one Londoner, I was like, he's like going at me for a little, and I gotta tell you, like, I'm insulting this guy. I'm like having a great time. I'm like, listen, man, I got you. This is a cultural difference. Where you come from, this feels like an insult, but here, where it matters, that's barely a sentence.
See, look at
Right,
that, man.
now-
It's just like putting barbs on the back of that.
No.
You know.
That was the thing. So, like, eventually, what's true was I just straightened out with this guy. I'm like, dude, it's like, I hate to break it to you. It's like, what are you doing taking anything said on here seriously?
Yeah.
And that's the thing is,
he just completely deflated his balloon there.
yeah, that was it. But
It's
yeah,
like,
I'm just
oh,
like,
yeah, that unofficial rule on Twitter is like, oh, you were fucking with me. Yeah,
that was the thing.
I was fucking,
and
with
that's
you.
what I'm talking about. Is so me doing this stuff, I'm accounting for the traffic that's on there from that like 1% of people that is going to be seen as like, this is racist. Like, no. People react to racism. People react to stupid shit. That's why I get paid by Twitter, because people actually jump on here and start arguments based on things that they presume are true. Why the fuck? Like, you can walk right by this, okay? And I get it. I get that there are some people in that 1% who really do mean this, okay? I get it. But you have to be aware that a lot of people are just like, I think he's fucking with me. I
mean, since you started telling me about it, I noticed it so much more than I used to, man. So there's guys out there, it's like, just let him go. Just
Right.
let him off the hook.
Right.
Let him off the hook, man.
Right.
So, because just, he's not serious. So,
nobody believes this, right? Some people do. A small amount of people do believe this, right?
It's not the public square that people think it is. No, it's not even close to that.
No.
So, yeah, there's such a thing doesn't exist. So, I mean, yeah, and I see more and more of that. And maybe it's just like some of the people that I follow are a little bit better at like teasing that out of people than others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, you just scroll into the comments and something that's going like bananas, and then it's like, oh, here they all are. Here's all your provocateurs. So because this is it's like a feeding frenzy, of views and clicks and likes and stuff and retweets and content engagement. So
yeah, and that's the thing is when I see somebody with an account that has a lot of followers, I'm gonna go throw a rock at you, because then your followers are gonna get involved in it too.
Yeah,
those are all views that I get.
Yeah, I know.
Just causing trouble in here.
Yeah.
Right. Again, there are some times when I go out there and say, like, you know what, I have a really poignant thing to say. Not often.
Yeah.
Because that's all been said by people way smarter than me.
Yeah, and they beat you to the punch every single time. So, like, whenever, like, I see an article or something like that, it's like, this is a chart file, and I get ready to spool it up, I can see, it's like, oh, here, this guy's already on it. Got it. Or something like that. It's like, fuck it. That's why I don't do this anymore, man. So, yeah, I locked my account. And so, yeah, to prevent me from doing drunken tweets. So, which I have to do on all my accounts. So, I can't figure this thing out. I trying to trace out a stick man on my thing. I can't do it.
That's why when they come out there and they post the statistics, they're like, "Oh my god, this place has become like a racist haven since Elon Musk bought it." I'm like, no,
it was that way
it's
before.
Not.
Yeah,
it's not. It never was.
No.
And the fact that any of you idiots are taking this seriously is a problem.
Yeah, but like, I mean. So I mean I have this discussion, with folks at work from time to time, just along the lines. It's like, because I mean I was blessed with the ability to work with a lot of international students.
Yeah,
And America is just shockingly unracist compared to so many other countries, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. So like, I mean. So there was one when I was teaching up at that other school. So I had a bunch of Saudis in one of my classes, and this was like medieval stuff. They had their wives write their notes for them.
That's insane.
And stuff, And it was like, this is weird. And I took it to the chair at the time. I was like, what do we do about this? And she was like, I mean, this is a class where this is in a school where, you're going to talk about DEI quite a bit. It's just the nature of the setting there. So, but it was like, so do they tell them not to do this? And I didn't really get any good guidance on that, because it was just this like, what the fuck? Well, I was like, well, we don't want the other students to take that's okay. So, but then again, we don't want to actually offend, and it's like, that just kind of proves my point. This is like the least racist country ever, so, or at least the one that I can think of that exists out there, because, I mean, even taking something like that into consideration, kind of proves the point. So, I don't know, man. And then I've had so many students from like all over different parts of the world over the last, 10 years that it's just like, wow, you guys all sit together, don't you? So,
Right.
Wow, you're not going to hold the door open for that guy, are you? Yeah. So, see, I seen you wipe that down before you sat down there, because there was somebody different than you who sat there before. The first time I saw that, kind of blew my mind.
Right.
It was like, it was like, he doesn't have rabies. So,
You're not gonna catch his race.
I know, it doesn't come off. Yeah, exactly. So, but the first time I saw that, I was like, I remember watching this student doing this, and he sat in the same seat every single day, and he sat in that seat because it was close to the door. And he'd come in, and he would very subtly just wipe down the armrest on the chair and stuff like that. And, it was like, huh. So,
what manner of student was he cleaning up after?
oh, he was black. So, yeah, he was actually fantastic athlete.
I was curious if he was afraid that he would catch black or Jew. So
No, well, I can't identify Jews, Jeff. So, I mean, I'm sure I've had many I couldn't tell you. I mean, you can throw a couple names my way, but honestly, like, I can't really tell the difference between Jewish and like Polish/German. So, with a lot of the names. So, because it's never been like one of these things where it's like, oh, you're wearing a Star of David around your neck. No. So, yeah. So, it's like, you didn't show up with your arm patch on today. Got it. So, but like, I can't tell. So, the same thing's true, like, even with black students. I mean, there's like nine times out of 10, they're American born. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But not always. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, I've had Caribbean students over the years. I've had African students over the years. They're the best people. So, but then the same thing's true with all my Hispanic students. I mean, sometimes I can tell if you're from Puerto Rico. I can usually tell if you're from Mexico. So,
yeah, fair enough.
Anywhere else, no, man, I can't tell. I don't care. If you want to share about that, that's fine. I had a guy from Brazil. He was whiter than me. So,
That's weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
I've had other guys from Brazil, not so much. Yeah.
Right.
So, there's no way to tell. So,
yeah.
But then, to have an international student just like get icked out. So, by that was kind of weird, man. So
It is. Yeah.
it's like, this is America. We're kind of cool about this. So, like, despite what you saw on the Twitter, So,
Look, man, I told this to Will. I mean, look, it's the same demographics in any group.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are awesome. Some of them are normal. Some of them are assholes.
yes.
And it's the thing is, like, I don't hate any of you for whatever those conditions may be, right? Because all of you have the same likelihood of being an asshole or a good person. Just demonstrate who you are, and I will treat you accordingly.
Yeah.
Right?
I only care how you treat me,
Yeah.
or how I observe you treating others.
Yes, or how, if I see you just being like, ugh, like, that's gonna set me off too. But yeah, it's just
I didn't. I'm not going to confront that kind of behavior. So
It's not my business, right?
No,
But I
it's not
will
my
hold-
business. But still, at the same point in time, it's like, okay, man. So obviously, you're not getting the idea here. So whatever.
no, and yeah, the same thing goes with those differences. The majority of Americans are going to see whatever, even if it's cultural differences, they're going to see it as like, okay, right. If they say like, hey, listen, I got this thing. It's like, what is it? It's like, I know it's going to be weird, but I have to pray 5 times a day.
Okay,
Like,
whatever.
oh, where do you want to do it?
Yeah,
That's
knock
fine.
yourself out.
Okay, we'll just all right. So, but we are going to count those as your break.
Right? Yeah. So, I hope you don't smoke. Can you do both of those?
You
things
understand
at the
why I
same
have
time?
to? Because if I do that, because other people are going to be like, well, I got to pray 5 times a day too, right?
Yeah.
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 That's exactly it.
No.
Yeah.
I've never had to deal with that on the job, man. I've only dealt with it in school settings. So,
I've known a couple of Muslims, but they didn't do that.
I've known a few here and there, but I don't think I've ever actually worked with someone who
Had to
was
pray.
who was
Yeah.
that strict about it. I mean, I knew a couple guys who were black Muslim. That was a little different.
That
so,
is different.
Yeah, well, I mean, like American born.
Yep.
You know, yeah. That's what I mean by that.
I had a few guys that were dressed up for Ramadan and stuff like that.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen that. So, but I don't think and I've had quite a few students from overseas who came from sand-based economies. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
and most of them were fine. And so, you know, just those like rich guys, that was kind of weird. So they were the only ones that were like that.
Yeah.
But they didn't have to pray, you know. They didn't have to take breaks and stuff like that. Yeah.
A lot of them actually think that those guys take it too seriously.
You know, I've never really sat down and talked to them seriously about that. It's kind of a landmine field, and so it's like, yeah, let's talk about grades. Let's talk about grades instead.
I don't know, man. I had some great students that were from Syria, and they made it clear. It's like, that's why we live here.
Right.
I've had dudes say that about Iran. Iran sucks. It's awesome here.
I've had a few students from Iran who really like it. They don't like their government. So yeah. So, but yeah, actually, I had one just last year. He was great. So I think he had to go back.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, I mean,
wanted to.
Well, I don't know if he really wanted to, but that's a hard one to get a permanent work visa from. So yeah. There's a couple countries that are really difficult. That's one of them. Like, actually, most of the European countries are really hard to get a permanent visa from, too. So, yeah, it is.
Well, they don't want to part with those guys.
No, it's not that. So, it's just there's a lot of competition to get those. So, yeah, you know, we're like, and so I looked into this not too long ago, but the U.S. gives out so many visas from every country each year. And so, like India, it's almost fucking impossible to get one of those. So, because you got 1.1 billion people there. So, but even in a country like Germany, where you have a lot of people who do want to come to the United States, the competition is still so steep because everybody can afford to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, you know, okay, you know, some country whose name I cannot pronounce. Okay, there's not that many people who can afford to immigrate.
Right.
So yeah, and so to go through the whole process is quite expensive, and so, you know, it's a little easier to get approval from some of those places.
Well, and India you also tend to get the people who are a little bit wealthier because if you don't get one, you can basically market those things, and there is a like fucked up black market of getting those.
In India? Yeah. So what do? They just let the guy cut in front of them or something? I don't know.
I had it explained to me once, but when they broke out all of the details on it, I was like, that's fucked up. But their answer was like, that's India.
Yeah.
That was just basically like, it was the thing that we showed. Remember that thing we watched where basically like, it was something like 75% of all businesses in India were 9 people only.
Yeah, to game the system a little bit.
Yeah, it's just shit like that all over.
Yeah, some of that's cultural stuff, some of that's structural. So, but
that one was purely, it was a mix of both.
It was both. Yeah, it was a good example. That was Polymatter, wasn't it?
Yep.
They did a good one lately. What was the one that they just did? So they did the Irish one.
The Irish one was
Oh my god, yeah. We didn't realize that Ireland it's St. Patty's Day too. So here you go. I realize that entire thing is basically an American colony. An American finance economy. Yeah, colony. So,
and the whole reason it's there is because it gives people the option to not say they're doing business with the Cayman Islands.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
But
and you can do it in euros. And you can do it in euros. Yep.
But it's the same shell game.
Yeah.
And it's not benefiting the Irish.
No. I mean, there's like I've been to the Caymans, so I would actually argue that, you know, I mean, if I had to go to a hospital in one of those two countries because I stepped on a nail, I know which one I'd want. You know? So, but anyway. Yeah. Okay. This is like my one venture outside of not America, or into not America. I was like, nah, I want to go back. So,
All right.
Yeah, I'm good. So we got 50 mini Americas. I'll pick one of those.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been to Canada and I've been to Mexico.
I've never been to Canada.
I've not been to Canada.
Oh man, I was killing time up.
Across the border.
I
Burton burger.
I didn't go to good Canada. I went to close Canada.
Right.
so-
Yeah. You went to Bucky's, Canada.
All right.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
Hitting the button.
Yeah.